is Yanda, the founder and CEO of Everything Metaverses. And today we are featuring our first live event for the Genius Room of Web3. So, wherever you're tuning in today, I hope that you are kind of looking at um, what we have to offer today. Today, we're going to be talking through international, digitized, and tokenized real estate. And we'll take you through a journey where we'll look at social media outlets and stuff like that. So, we have our experts here that are joining us, which is really exciting. So, let me head over here for a moment. We have our chats are open for any questions you may have. So, really excited. Hi, Ryan. Welcome. And we have Zentarius here. We have Hector here. So exciting to have you geniuses on the stage. So this morning, this afternoon, this is the first of our series of Genius Room, right, where we're doing lunch and learn. It gives you an opportunity to see the people behind really what's taking place in Web3 from a strategy perspective. So I want to introduce my first guest. Hey, Hector, how are you?
Hey, Yonda. Hello, everybody. Today I am excited. This is our first episode, so love to, get here and come here every week and really talk about, this topic and everything. So we're really excited. We put together a great, webinar for everyone. So let's get it. Let's get it started.
Absolutely. And then we have our friend Zentarius joining us today. Zentarius is one of the coolest developers in the world, you all. Hey there, Ryan. How are you?
Doing well. Good to be here. Literally heating up my lunch right now. So the title's appropriate.
Yay, this is so cool. I love it. Hey there, hand pink waving from Peg. Hey there, Peg. Let's send Peg out a shout out. Yep, Peg is tuning in live to us as well. Hey, Peg. And so, hey there, Mr. G. How are you today?
Hey, doing great.
Good, good. So today you're the experts, like we're the experts kind of navigating through. So Hector, tell me a little bit about, take a few minutes and tell us about like your superpowers and what it is that you do. Maybe a
Sure.
30 second, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, well, my name is Hector, Hector Perez. I am, mostly known through my work through the Tropiverse, but also, been dedicating, the last 10 plus years in financial literacy. I'm very, very passionate about it. I've been blessed to, help, hundreds of individuals, probably even thousands at this point, with a wide array of services such as, credit repair or foreclosure prevention. So I've, kind of evolved into, looking into seeing how I can be of more service to people. So I'm really excited to talk about, my company, talk about a little bit about my past, and also just looking forward towards the future and seeing the importance of, leveraging business credit, leveraging your personal credit to help you, advance in your business and also in your personal life. So I'm really excited about everything today, today's topic.
Oh, exciting. Good, Hector. Thank you. Mr. G, give us an introduction about who you are, and then we'll talk to Ryan as well.
Sure, thank you. Well, I've been in education for a little more than a decade, and prior to that, I was in financial services. And so I enjoy combining the two now of financial services and education, and that's what I'm try to bring my knowledge, my expertise, and anybody that wants to join, our community, so we can advance that. But I just love teaching, and I found that out, a while back, just understanding, having students come back to me after they graduated, and those were the feathers in my cap that I still like to open that drawer and look at, and I'm excited actually now to even try to get back with those students too, and bring them into this ecosystem. I'm finding some of them on LinkedIn even, so it's great stuff. I mean, I'm really excited.
Exciting, Mr. G. I'm so honored to have you here. Really, we're going to leave the geniuses of the world with a little bit of our genius and our superpowers in May. Zentarius, how are you, Ryan? Tell us a little bit about you.
Yeah, I started developing. My years are messed up since COVID. 4 or 5 years ago, November. And it's full stack development is what I do, but what I really focus on is React, which turned out to be kind of the go-to for Web3 integration, and specifically Next.js, which is simply put the SEO friendly version of React, because it pagifies the content. Server side rendering makes the data available to search engines, not just the people using the application. So that's core of what I'm at, and then with a couple years of background in the crypto Web3 space, I kind of integrate what I know into the automation or simplification of reusing content across your website or your socials to your website, and ultimately that became Zentarios, being that a multi-user platform for cross-platform pollination, I guess you could say.
Absolutely. Yay. And when you experience Intarius, you feel like he made the app for you. It's very personalized. Thank you so much, Ryan. And then we have some other guests that I want to take a few minutes and introduce. So, Will T, hello. How are you, my friend?
Hey, how's it going?
Going good. How are you?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Good. Take a few minutes. Let the world know who you are, Will T.
Oh man, you're gonna put me on the spot. I'm still trying to get some visuals set up here that are consistent with my branding. Who am I? Well, I'm Will T. I am a blockchain educator, most notably by now. I'm also a published author on blockchain basics. So I'm a big fan of what Zentaros is doing. I would say an avid user from the event planning and organization perspective as well. So just heard him talking, and great stuff going on there. But yeah, recently I founded and am now forming strategically a company based on this blockchain ecosystem around educating other people, not only in the ecosystem, but outside the ecosystem. And it's just been an amazing experience. I've been here over 3 years, built up a wealth of knowledge and knowledge base. So yeah, I'm excited to see what the future holds.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you so much, Will T. And then we have another guest that can feel free to introduce himself, Yomi, or not. It's really up to them. All right. Well, no pressure. Are you there, Queen?
I'm sorry. Can you hear me?
Yes, Goddess. Go
Can
ahead.
you hear me?
I can.
Hey, how are you? Apologies. I'm traveling. So I hope I stay in. Keep my. I'm the thing that I lead with, but I have quite a few things that I enjoy. I'm a children's book author. I've done blogging. I do space engagement. I'm a host, and one of my favorite things to dive into um are crystals. That's like my thing. So yeah, that's me.
Excellent, excellent. Well, today, world, we're focused on like, I'm going to talk to you about the social media strategy, and you see the geniuses that's supporting, and they're going to show and reveal their superpowers and talk to you as well, so that you understand really what's taking place in the world of international real estate, digital and tokenized real estate, and some of the pieces that you'll need. So the private chat is going on. Hey there, Mr. G. So fantastic. So here's what I'm going to start with really quick and run through, which is on your screen right now. And everything metaverses. In February 2023, I put this presentation together to really be high level, right? So who is Everything Metaverses? We're a digital virtual ecosystem. We're niched in real estate for the Circle of Trust network. We are a startup company that focuses mainly metaverse, Web3 technology, and consulting. So our goal today is to engage more customers through the use of whether it's social media to convert you to purchasers of our particular product, right? So when you start to look at why we're using social media to, and this is my strategy plan that I'm talking to you about, is 80% of your clients and your consumers use social media, right? So whether it's whether whatever product you have, they're using social media. So your current social media actions, either you have to establish a presence on, say, Facebook, or you connecting with web personalities. So we like to consider ourselves the best of both worlds. So what we offer, things like video on demand, leveraging Twitter as a podcast, making flashcards, monthly newsletters, and we support you with so many initiatives, right? I'm known as the watered down queen of technology because what I do is I kind of water down all of this tech. What are we really talking about? So I do that by way of Twitter Spaces, integrated communications, direct ask, and blogging to the world. This is a way of blogging to the world and blogging out loud using Restream as kind of the medium to send out to the world. Guess what? We have some things to tell you, right? So that's the end of that particular presentation, but I want to bring you over to here because I want us to really be able to talk through international and digital brokerage and real estate agents, right? So on January 1st, 2022, our company was born, Everything Metaverses. And as a founder of digital estate agents for the metaverses, our company as a digital and virtual ecosystem of metaverse tour guides. So people are like, well, are you a real estate agent? I used to be. No. Are you a certified international properties? No. I am an international agent, right? But in addition to that, I am a certified metaverse agent, right? So I'm certified in digital real estate as well as in metaverse. I'm getting several certifications in digital transformation. So I say all that to say, as you look at our company, when you start to look at digital and virtual ecosystems of the metaverse, we needed tour guides. Today, you heard from some of our tour guides that's going to lead you through this journey. Our team, whether it's HR, fashion, operations, sales, we're here to help you onboard so that you can create like a pillar omni-channel. So by leveraging the experts here that's on the stage, on the room, you're able to be that much more transformed into where we are creating digital plans. So what we saw was a need as a company that was not being addressed. And that need was the attention to specialized agents that knew how to get facts and history associated with like homes and things like that. We thought that was important. So we saw this use case for the metaverse in Web3. So we knew that it was going to, we're going to need customers, right? And you're going to need customers. We knew that brokers, okay, so real estate brokers, okay, international real estate brokers, arrange selling management. They were going to need some assistance in what that was going to look like. And then we agents. And the agents have always been like the secret sauce, right? So think about your current day real estate and think about future real estate and what does that look like, right? So a global exposure. So our sole focus is to leverage our connections to bring brokerages and agents to the metaverse to assist you with selling, renting, buying homes, and attention to the most qualified buyers, right? Home is where life begins. You are a member only company. You can add this pillar to your brokerage. You can get additional customers by being focused on this area of newness, of innovation. So how you in omnichannel, Omnichannel. So how do we help you in omnichannel? That's what it needed to say. How do we help you in omnichannel? Your houses and support for your agents. That's how we help you. So if you look at a tiered approach, right? So we say if we had silver houses, we had gold houses, and we had diamond houses. You're like, yeah, what are you talking about? It's going to make sense, right? Our team helps your brokerage get into the metaverse real estate, assist with training, right? But also the Gold House, we help you with your digital agents for the metaverse. We assist you with your training for your team and brokerage is listed in metaverses. And then you have your Diamond House where your brokerage is listed in prime location, assist with training materials, training and support from agents, and that prime real estate and Tropiverse metaverse. Yep. I'm going to get you some land there. So what does this have to do with physical rate, right? Omnichannel. So we're able to help you with listing your property, virtual listings, creating keepsakes, but also getting your brokerage in the metaverse. Well, wait a minute, Yonder, this sounds like a business. I know it does. That's why we have the experts, because what we found in navigating from where we currently are, it's called Web 2 in real life. And we're transitioning to Web3, a more immersive collective. So, with that in mind, that's why the geniuses are here today, because they're able to talk to you about some of those insurance and financial vehicles. I keep reading these studies that say things like, oh my God, people aren't covering home insurance anymore, homeowners insurance anymore. We have some issues brewing. Okay. So the next thing that I want to talk to you about is the digital agents. They're the gatekeepers and the hopes of dreams in real estate. Thank you for your time. Everything metaverses. So now I'm headed over to the pros, right? To the professionals, to the ones that just get things done day in and day out. And I want to say thank you to those pros, right? So first we have, and let me look at this. Oh, wow, the room is full. Look at their geniuses. So Hector, you heard me. Bees, you heard me. Yomi, you heard me. Like Zentarius, all y'all heard. So I want to get in there and talk to you, Mr. G. I want to talk to you first about what it is you do, genius. And if you want to share something on the screen, feel free, you can. If not, just kind of talk to us about what that insurance part, that vehicle part, that business part, if you will.
Sure. Yeah. Thank you. No, I apologize. I didn't have anything prepared on the screen, but yeah, always staying, informed, I think is the word that I'd like to use with what the economy is doing. And it's crazy. You mentioned, the homes and the insurance state of Florida here with the hurricanes and whatnot. Yeah, that's one of the reasons that insurance has skyrocketed, or for those that are staying in the state and for those that are leaving. But understanding how to monetize, I think, is another area that we need to look at. And taxes, investing in real estate. I mean, some of the things that I mentioned to other people, I'm like, well, how much life insurance do you own? Well, I don't own any life insurance because I don't think it's a good investment vehicle. But you talk to individuals that have wealth, and just about every one of those individuals have some form of life insurance. So there's so many different areas there to cover. But for the last decade, I've been in education, and so creating lesson plans, doing those kind of things has allowed me to enter into a business literally for the last 25 years that I've been studying the financial arenas, understanding anything from CDs to NFTs, from business creation to, tax advantages. So those are some of the areas that I would like to help in individuals. And I do that in IRL. Just the other day, I acquired another tax client, and most of the clients that I do deal with are upper level. This young man probably has about a $40,000 tax liability just this year. But that's not everybody's situation. So how do we get into the higher tax brackets? How do we accumulate wealth? How do we leverage? And those are the things that I enjoy talking about and brainstorming about. And there's some great ideas out there, but with the new technology, with the new industries, there's just so much more available. So that's why I enjoy, being in the Genius Room and having iron sharpen iron, because I don't have all the answers, but with the consortium, we can definitely get all the answers. So yeah, thank you. Field any questions anybody might have.
That's wonderful. And geniuses, if you have, questions for each other, to the world, if you have questions of our geniuses on the stage, don't hesitate. We are live streaming. So how do you see the live stream? You're able to go to Twitter and click on the profile, or you're able to go to YouTube and enjoy the live stream. I've invited many people from around the world, but don't worry. This is the first of many of our Lunch and Learn series on Thursdays at noon. So, Mr. G, I really appreciate that. And we need to come back to that because in my mind, Peter, we're talking through insurance. And I just heard it today. Like companies are doing the math and they're saying, no, we're not going to offer homeowners insurance for that particular home based on what's taking place on natural disasters. So, for me in my head, and I know this might be turning into something else, but Peter, I see the future is changing, right? So when I start to look at my retirement and I start to look at real estate, one of the things I think through is, okay, I'm here. I have another 20 years, at least I think, or maybe I have another 10 years. But Peter, I don't want to wait that long. I want to retire in like 3 years and live that life at least.
3 years.
What's your thoughts about that?
Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you just fine, Peter. Tell us
That's
a little
great.
bit about yourself as you go into the answering that question.
That's great. Thank you so much. Well, my name is Peter Dobson. That's Dopson. I reside in Canada. That is part of the world as well. And as being part of North America, what you start to realize is that planning is critical. And it's critical in many ways. Now, some of you know me under Solution Lifestyle, which is the active lifestyle for retirees, more of an adult service. And some of you know me under Yumbot Spice. Now you're saying these are two different areas, but the great thing they're combined because one activity is gardening that leads you into an activity as you age. And also the Yumbot Spice part of it, which includes gardening and leads you into vertical greenhouse farming, participates in a more commercial scale that provides large scale food supply on an organic side and also teaches you how to plant your own food. But getting away from that, getting back to your question on your statement, Yonda, yeah, it is pretty critical when it comes into a time of getting older and moving into retirement and planning for it. And especially when you talk about insurance, not only is medical insurance being affected, you're also looking at insurance in regards to your property insurance. And where that's making a big change is that people are starting to realize that the cost of Florida is going up because of natural disaster, because of climate change, and also because of many people, especially in New York State, heading down to Florida to enjoy the sun as they get older, because there's a big advantage to when you're close to the ocean and you're enjoying the sun, the benefits are right there. Oh, sorry, did somebody want to say something? Or can I keep going, Yonda? Is everything
Yeah,
okay?
absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you. So on the other part of it was leading into a solution lifestyle that helps you move into your mind space of retirement accommodation. What people don't really understand is that you need to change and you need to declutter not only your space, but your mind, and your financial plan has to come together when you move into that mode of retirement. Now, retirement is not just a word that says you stop working. It simply means you slow down, you take inventory of your life, and you start deciding what's next for me. And in doing so, you also have to decide how you're going to live your life healthier to prolong that stretch. And the tropics makes the difference. I'm telling you this not just in words, but as fact. The tropics makes the difference. You can go to your doctor and ask them, what's the advantage of the tropics? What's the advantage of that constant sunshine and the breeze that comes off the ocean and putting your feet in the sand and enjoying your life? But aside from just saying all those words, the financing part of it is critical. And what we're about to teach you on this platform is the ability to take the small sum that you could put aside and save and how to multiply it so that you can get to the point where you can enjoy your active retirement lifestyle without the stress that you presently experience in building your life, in educating your children, and doing everything else like getting that mortgage paid down, taking care of those car payments, and like anything else, managing your insurance. So this is what Solution Lifestyle is all about. We take that part of your life and help you structure and organize for your future of your retirement. And yes, Yonda, you can retire in 3 years from now. There are ways to do it, and that's for another session. Thank you so much for the mic, and thank you so much for having a great show.
Thank you, Peter. And that makes so much sense. So, to the real estate people, to the real estate brokers, to the real estate world, right? So, we're talking international, and I'm not sure if you've even looked at adding international pillar to your business, but certainly when you looked at, I started looking at trends and I started watching as an influencer in the world of technology, specifically around real estate, and being able to talk to you about some of the transitions that are going to take place. So I'm going through, and yes, did I create certifications? I did create certifications because being a part of the metaverse and being a part of digital is going to require, you're going to start tokenizing physical assets. It's just a matter of when. What are you talking about, physical assets? Yes, real estate. So what I see is the physical real estate is now the payment processing, the information highway, the transactions are going to move very quickly. And technology is going to be the aid or the guide to helping home sales, home purchases, home renting, and fractional. So, literally, you're going to have a group of people, individuals, that say they want to invest together. But how does that, what does that, if you want to invest in like international real estate and you
Can I
want to invest in digital, absolutely, go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to mention also, Yonda, that international real estate, as Yonda is pointing out, plays a major role in your retirement portfolio. It can make a big difference. Thank you, Yonda.
Yeah, absolutely. And so one of the things that we've partnered with, like Keller Williams, Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, which is really cool. So excited about partnering with them and talking to them about international real estate. Keller Williams, that's Cheryl over there, as well as now we transition over to the digital. So now that I know that the physical houses, real estate, and land, Hector, that is going to take place there. So people are buying houses, people are selling houses, people, whether it's domestic, international, around the world. So I pay attention to reports and things of macroeconomics and stuff and gross demand, all this stuff. And I look at real estate, and I look at things that continue to stand true. People are gonna need a place to stay, right? And we know the streets aren't free. At least the streets aren't going to be free. So if that's the case, real estate and looking at international real estate, it created some advantages. And now if you're going to be on the blockchain technology, hmm, how do you list? How do you sell? And how do you create opportunities for your customers? So, have you ever thought about going into a metaverse and actually having an open house? Think about that for a moment. Hmm. So, Hector, I want us to talk through as a business, right? You're coming in and we're talking to business owners, we're talking to enthusiasts who just want to learn more about international digital tokenized real estate, right? But this is a business. So it's not just a hobby. I want to be very clear about this. This is a business. And so if you decide to add this pillar, right? So we're a pillar that we're talking to you about. The genius here who can create the lifestyle for retirement. That's a pillar that you can add to your real estate, right? Insurance, taxes, international understanding, all the mirror and education to train on the new technology coming. That's we're a team. We can come. That's a pillar that you can add into your real estate business. The media production Guess what? You need support. Guess you want somebody that's going to help you with your content, really educate you, give you access, and guide your through in real life. Yep, we have it here. Hector, we're talking about a business. So when you're
Yes.
establishing that, what's some takeaways? What's some thoughts you have around where we're moving to?
No, that was great. Thank you very much, Yonda, Peter, Mr. G, for everything that we just finished speaking about. And in particular, what I'm very, very excited for is, the future of real estate, right? Just like how you eloquently explained. But in particular, business, right? That's the topic now, the business, right? And I think with any business, the foundation is very important, right? And the foundation is how are you leveraging your business to in order to attract better financing options than you would, let's say if you were to pursue it personally. And business credit plays an essential role because most people are not aware that you actually can establish business credit, right? Aside from your own personal credit. And there's a lot of advantages when you do have business credit. For example, you are going to have better, access to better financing options. At some times you get lower interest rate, you get an increased borrowing capacity. You also protect yourself, protect your personal credit. So it is immensely important, especially as business owners and brokers and just real estate agents that considering leveraging business credit because you can leverage that credit or leverage those financing to do more investing in real estate, right? Doing more investing in the things that we're all passionate about. So business credit is the foundation, I think, especially if you are going to be considering opening up a business or operating under a business instead of operating personally. So there's a lot of advantages. There's a lot to unpack. There's information out there that it's very important to get out to the people, to the public, because a lot of this information is not things that we're taught in school, right? It's things that we learn from experience. And so business credit being one of the tools that would help scale up your businesses that people are not too familiar with, and especially when it comes to international real estate, you can you know um, raise those funds through business credit, and it allows you more options into investing into more opportunities, especially internationally. One of the things you mentioned was tokenization, right? What is this tokenization, and how does that play a role into real estate? As you know, with real estate, it's a highly illiquid asset, right? It's very difficult at times for you, especially as an individual, to be able to take money out of your property, out of the equity that you have in your property. And a lot of times, for most people, for a lot of people, not so much most people, but for a lot of people, they make the process of, extracting equity out of your property very difficult. For example, you have to have good personal credit. You have to show the finance. There's so much that plays into that. Tokenization actually allows, an individual to take a property that they have that's normally a liquid and create an asset out of it. In this case, a token, right, built on the blockchain. And when you have possession of that token, you can, do a lot of things with it. You can lend it out, earn a percentage. You can sell the tokens, earn that way. So it is going to be the future of real estate, and it's particularly exciting to be talking about it and be, and having, early conversations about tokenization. But like I mentioned, I think the foundation, for any business is having healthy credit. It'd be personally and also your business. So there's a lot of things you have to do, when you are, registering your business. For example, things, little things such as, are you registering your business under a, business address, right? For example, you don't want to open up a business and using your personal address. Because when banks start reviewing you for in their underwriting process, they're going to look at those things: your business address, do you have a professional phone number, do you have a website, things that you might look over, but has a tremendous impact on your credit worthiness. And that's what we're looking to do here, and looking to provide as a service, to help you level up, your personal credit and your business credit. So it's exciting. It's a frontier that business owners, it's underutilized as business owners. And it's, we're looking to help you as business owners, scale and level up in that regard. So, beyond that, no, business credit is immensely important, immensely important.
It is, Hector. And so I wanted us to dive into, you got to keep your energy right. And your energy has to be focused when you're on something. And this is a new area in which I want you all to consider adding to your business as well. So what I'm talking to you all about is folks come to me and they're in the DMs like, wait a minute, what do you mean digitize? What do you mean omni-channel? What do you mean? You have six professionals, maybe seven professionals in front of you that can offer another arm to your real estate business, right? And these professionals are here to work with you. Zentarius is the platform where you can find these geniuses to work with. So when folks are like, well, Yanda, real estate is like this, is becoming very competitive and it's going to become even more competitive. So the forecast that I have for you as kind of like the metaverse, everything metaverse, Oracle kind of things, that if you haven't literally cleared the volume where you have a solid following in your real estate, pick up something else to add to your brokerage. I'm telling you that, right? As a coach, as a mentor, and a partner, because I'm paying attention to the indicators and where we're going to head next, really about what the professionals do is going to matter most. I'm going to dive more into digital assets so that you understand why these professionals here on the stage, add them to your key people to have on speed dial, if you know what I mean. So Yomi does this thing with energy and light and crystal. So, and I want you all to consider even adding this piece to your business. Yomi, you got a few minutes where you can talk about that a little bit? All right, no issues. No issues. All right. And so I'm going to the educators next, right? So from the education standpoint, Will T, what are some things that you think the real estate brokerage and real estate agents need to understand this digital technology?
Yeah, that's a great question. We regularly and consistently talk about a few items when it comes to educational models and constructing educational models, and making sure that there's a broad base of understanding what the message you're conveying. So I would say some of the high key points initially would be to meet the people where they're at. Find out where they're at if you don't know where they're at, right? Go on a scavenger hunt, I guess, of sorts, looking for the people that you want your message to be put out to and broadcast out to. I feel that's very important. Also, make sure your message is in as plain language as possible so that a wide variety of people can understand it. Make sure you take a lot of the technical speak out. And if the conversation is necessary to speak in technical terms, please make sure you clearly define what those terms are in plain language so that people can have a strong understanding of what it really is you're trying to teach them or you're trying to educate them on. We take that very much to heart at Kingfisher's Media, and those are the models that we're building. Those are the types of curriculum that we're curating, so that people can have a good understanding of what's really going on. And then I would say, kind of tied up in a bow here, just briefly, and thank you for the highlight, I appreciate it. Give them a reason to take action on the information you're providing them. Because at the end of the day, what good is the information if it's not actionable? So make sure you have a call to action, or you have an action plan already set up for them, or you have an activity. Now you have an activity that they can perform fairly easily while they're learning, or at the end of the learning session. That's not difficult, and that'll give them some sense of accomplishment, also skill mastery as well.
I love it. Absolutely love it. So as you see, our community here, our ecosystem is activated and fully charged to be just to activate on We can come on site. We can come on site virtually. We can meet you where you are. But we have a team that can guide you as a, hey there, Christine. Thanks for joining, Christine. It's you have a community that's there to support you, right, in your growth. This is something that I don't know is being really communicated or talked about much. I don't know because I haven't been attending sales meetings with brokerages and stuff like that. So if you're interested in the Genius Room showing up to kind of work with you all in your companies, whether it's real estate, whether it's business, whether you're a startup, whether you're having some difficulty, just where do I get and all this stuff? Y'all just overwhelmed me and told me this stuff is getting created. Well, the Genius Room. We activate by way of Zentarius, right? All of our profiles are there. So I'm gonna take you a few minutes and show you Zentarius, right? So you're like, how do I spell it? There it is, Zentarios. And that's really what I tell people. That's where it starts. Sign up for Zentarius and we'll be able to find you, right? But each one of us have profiles as well. So the geniuses that's on the stage, you'll notice that we have our profiles here so that you're able to subscribe. Some of these you can subscribe. Some of them may be token gated, a whole nother thing to talk about in real estate. But overall, this is where we're headed in real estate. I'm gonna go on mute. I see Yomi joined us, and I didn't know if she wanted to talk about the energy in the crystals. All right.
Yes. Yeah, I'm still traveling. I hope my connection is still good. Can you hear me?
I can hear you well.
Okay, great. Yeah, I've had a fascination with crystals for quite some time. It was on and off for me, but once I got into the gist of it, it seems to be one of the things that I'm riding into full steam. So as a matter of fact, last night I had my first Crystallology space on Twitter, and it was just an introduction, my personal introduction, as for what happened and how I got involved with crystals. And from here on out, I'm going to have a little mini series where I'll be having a space every Wednesday, and it's just going to be like a little introduction to different types of crystals. The space that I'm gonna have coming up, I think it may be maybe a little bit of a background to maybe give some foundation, and then I'll just start having a different crystal that I'll talk about, giving you the properties, the healing energies and the frequencies of that crystal. So just to make it like a little a small educational space, and it's not only for you but it's for me too, because I'm on this journey and I'm finding that there hundreds of crystals that I don't know about, so I felt like while in the process of learning I might as well share it.
That's fantastic. And I appreciate you just coming in. And Christine says, I love crystals. So she's like, okay. And it's the energy, right? So when you're innovating, I just look forward to continuing to have you on the show as well, talking to the geniuses around and helping, again, the real estate industry. If you're interested in international, digital, or tokenized, like what? Yeah, it's coming. So you're like, Yonda, well, what's coming, right? So I decided to just go ahead and share this particular document with you all. Now, I received this document off of LinkedIn. So I want to give credit to Porsche Consulting, Strategic Vision on Smart Implementation. So what we're talking about as we're talking about leveraging international, we're talking about digital, and we're talking about tokenize. So I want to end with a case for change on understanding more about security tokenization. So this is like unlocking hidden value, moving stocks, bonds, and funds on the blockchain. So guess what? Yeah, these conversations are taking place. So for the first time, this might be overwhelming for some of you to hear, but guess what? It's coming. So security tokenizing, unlocking the hidden value. So the case for the studies, right? The studies show You look at securities, securities like a physical or electronic certificate, cars like art, collectibles, currencies like fiat money, cryptocurrency, not out there yet. But securities have security tokens. Cars, art collectibles have security tokens or non fungible tokens or NFTs. Think about that for a second. So, just going in and looking at the value proposition for what's taking place on asset and fractionalization. So, now you're going to buy a house. You're going to buy a house and it's going to be technology. So your mortgage is going to be, who knows, in a smart contract. That smart contract is going to be on the blockchain. Literally, paper based transactions are going away and digital transactions are taking place. So the paper's gone, right? And some of your brokerages probably have already done. Some of y'all brokerages haven't made the transition yet. So, talking to those that need some support, don't worry about it. We have you. The Genius Room can help you with the structure. So, if you're thinking about home sales are going to be now or being sold like digitally, right? What you mean digital? That's right. You're going to have a digital wallet, right? And your house, you're going to be carrying with you in your digital wallet with proof of ownership. I know this sounds like far fetched, and maybe some people able to talk to you about it. Like we've been studying this for a long while. I wrote my first article in 2017, 2018. That's why the experts are here on this stage to guide you through these new pillars that you can add to your brokerage. If you haven't started in the digital transformation, don't worry about it. There are a lot of information out there and a lot of studies out there. But the case to understand that real estate is the number one asset that people are looking to tokenize. Did y'all hear me? Real estate is the number one asset they're looking to tokenize. So if you don't have this digital side of your business going on yet in your brokerage, don't worry. I pulled this right off LinkedIn. You can follow us. Speak tech in plain language. Genius says, this has been amazing. We've been in there's 47 minutes. The question I have for you, what leave behinds? What do you want to leave the geniuses with? Do you have a QR code that you can flash? Do you have an email that you can flash? Do you have a way that they can get in contact with you? Because our leave behind is the genius want to work with you. Right. So today we're asking you to sign up on Zentarius. And then guess what? Send us a note. Connect with us on the Zentarius app and mention that you are a part of this broadcast. And we have a special coaching promotion for you. Geniuses, what's your leave behind?
Yeah, no, Yanda, first and foremost, thank you for bringing us all together and talking about, the things that we're passionate about. And, we are looking to help, activate and help you as a small business owner, other listeners, and also those that are looking to get into a new frontier in real estate. And so it's really exciting, to come together and talk about, ultimately what's going to be the future of the space. So I really encourage people that are just, hearing these terms for the first time to go out and research and really see the direction, that real estate is going, in particular when it comes to digital real estate and also tokenization. It's really, really exciting and the opportunities are there. And, and we're here to support you and we're here to support you in that journey. So, first and foremost, thank you for taking the time to be in here today. We are here for you and we want to help you and help level up, your own businesses. So, I mentioned, my name again is Hector Perez. My company is called Nifty Credit Solutions. We will, you will have access to me or us, through the Zentarius app. So I would encourage you to go there, sign up, and if you're ever needing a consultation or just want to talk about, the directions or maybe any of your plans going forward and see how we can leverage and help you with that. Then feel free to schedule an appointment with us. Let's talk about it and let's continue to build this wonderful future that we're going to be living in. So everybody, that participated in the talk today, Peter, Mr. G, Yonda, Will T, Yomi, thank you so much as always for pouring out, your passions and your heart into this conversation, and looking forward to continuing this and growing this space. And Yonda, thank you again. Thanks again.
Absolutely. And so this is our Web3 live mentor value tips. This is our QR code. So this is our QR code that will allow for you to connect with our genius and get started with us. So this allows for you to connect with the genius on a monthly basis and make you a part of that group mentorship. We really do appreciate your support here. Mr. G, Will T, Ryan, anything you want to leave the audience with?
Sure, if you don't mind. I mean, just caveating from the education and why. I mean, we have two different flavors here. If you're a professional and you want to come in and join and add your value, then that is definitely an opportunity. And that's what we're providing here is opportunity. But if you want to come in and educate yourself also, we've got two different paths that allow this to happen. So, I mean, I just love it. And I don't know if you realize that 88% of people that I talk with in demographics say that they never got any financial education in their high school or any, which leads to 1 out of 3 people, whenever they think about finances, they feel stress. And that's the emotion that they relate to, thinking about planning their finances and their financial future. So we're here with solutions, opportunities, and answers. So I love it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. G. That's amazing. Will T?
Sorry, I'm getting the mute button here. The private chat popped up and was blocking my view. Yeah, I would echo the sentiments of everybody who spoke before me, and I would say, yeah, we have a profile on Zentario. So for Kingfishers Media, that's probably the best way to subscribe to us on Zentaro's app. Reach out to us. We have a Calendly, so we have an official booking and appointment scheduler that we use to set up these meetings, but definitely. And then I would say, hey, Yonda, if it's okay, can I play like I'm Oprah real quick? I've always wanted to do this.
You want to do what? Yeah. You can always do it.
Yeah?
You got
Okay.
to yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure it was appropriate. So I would say, let's say through Monday, anybody who subscribes to the Kingfishers Media account on Zentarios will get a complimentary copy of a book, an ebook written by our founder, Will T, and published under Kingfishers Media. We can provide them with a complimentary copy of that book. So we'll leave that open for the next, 96 hours, looks like, all the way through the close of Sunday. And then we'll reach out to those subscribers personally and deliver them those complimentary copies. How's that sound?
That sounds fantastic. Look at there. And then you heard Mr. G here and then Zentarius. So like the community is here. And this is exactly what he was talking about. This is wonderful. Thank you so much for that.
Hi, Yonda.
And this Web3 value tips and this mentor, this is the Genius Room QR code. So the proceeds from this QR code goes to our speakers here on the panel, right? Because this is facts. They gave their time today and we're continuing to grow together. So we'll support the geniuses. What do you think, Peter? Any closing thoughts?
I appreciate the show, Yonda, along with appreciating you and everyone else in the room. Retirement is really a funny space in our lives. And what happens, for example, is that everyone believes they have an end story. And you start realizing that you need to change your end story because it's not the life that you live and the life that you use to create the income that you have. Retirement is a different life. And as Yonda pointed out, it's critical to make sure certain assets are in place, and especially real estate. Real estate is the earth we walk on. It's not going anywhere. It's not easy to get off this planet and go somewhere else. This is where we are. But getting back to the point, I want to thank you so much for your time. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Yomi. Thank you, Hector. Thank you, Will T. Thank you, Mr. G. And especially you. Thank you, Yonda. Hope to see you soon. Have a great day.
Thank you. This is amazing, geniuses, just coming together in this video. I hope that you get an opportunity to share it to the world because you all are amazing. You work very hard at being genius. Like you're working your life, but also you're building the future. So for that and your presence, I'm eternally grateful. I didn't know if Ryan was still here and if he had anything he wanted to say. However, as you'll notice for international real estate, you're like, wait a minute, where? Yep, don't worry, have something for you. So Maple Beach Suites in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. Wow. So if you take a look at this, we have homes, right? We have sales. Oh my goodness, look at there. So Maple is a luxurious condo. It's about give or take less than 5 minutes away from the beach. 134 condominiums face the pool. And guess what? We are able to sell you a unit inside of here that's available. So if you're interested in putting a reservation, it only requires $5,000 down. Only $5,000 down, by the way. So, and look, here it is. It's carved out right here. And then Maple Suites is coming. And here's the water and the ocean. Yep. This is an opportunity for you. And the starting prices are at $150,000. Yes, that's right. 150,000 US dollars. So another opportunity for you to start looking at that retirement lifestyle that we were just discussing and putting a payment plan in place. That's what we do. We're your team that will work with you and your brokerage and your company to make sure that you have a digital transformation plan that's set forth. I want to thank each genius for their time. I'm about to end our broadcast now, but certainly this is not our last. I hope you enjoyed this, geniuses. I certainly did. Thank you again. And thank you, audience, for your listening.